I'm Matt Sanders. I'm a professor of communication studies here at Utah State University, and I'm the author of Becoming a Learner. The purpose of Becoming a Learner is to help students understand that the primary outcome of their education is them, who they are, how they learn, and how they think, not just some set of skills, although important. The outcome is them and who they are and how they think and how they're going to engage the world.
Being a student it kind of encompasses all of what college is. It's like there's events, there's socializing, there's classes, but there's just so much more to it. Being a learner is like you're kind of improving yourself and your knowledge and applying it to your future, like using it to develop yourself as a person.
Being a student, anyone can be a student. However, being a learner is being more engaged with the content. Being there on campus, talking to people, talking to professors, and not just letting school be school, but actually being a part of it.
I want students to take away from the book that idea of changing from a passive student to an active learner. I think in all my experience with the book over the years, that's been the one thing that students have been able to grab onto really quickly and move from this passive stance where I don't have a lot of control to this active belief that I can do things in college, I can make this experience what I want it to be. That mind shift is important. And once you have that mind shift, then you can talk about college differently. You can take advantage of your opportunities better.
You're able to kind of figure out who you are and what strategies work best for you in learning. And I think that when you learn how to learn, you can kind of develop yourself super fast and you can build skills way faster once you kind of figure out your rhythm and what works for you.
I do have this saying where it's like, if you're comfortable, you're not growing, or like you're not allowing yourself to like grow as a person. If you put yourself out there and like you join new clubs and like learn new things, like your academics will follow that and you will like do better.
I believe that learning can help us become a whole person because it teaches us skills that aren't just, from the textbook. It also helps us become more of who we are and to be able to learn how to communicate with people, whether that is the other students in the class, but then also with the professors. And that obviously is going to correlate into work because you're constantly working with people, and communication truly is key in this world.
I wrote Becoming a Learner because at the end of my undergraduate experience, I just had this moment where I realized that I wasn't there just to get skills, and I felt like it was too late. And while I had done some good things in college, I didn't take full advantage of the opportunity in front of me. And so from that moment, I just thought, I need to share this conversation with students. And as I started doing that as a teacher, the students reacted really well. They were hungry for that conversation. So I wrote the book to ignite the conversation that I wish I would have had when I started.
I believe the purpose of an education is kind of set you up for your future life and like just like adulthood. We're always like set up to be like this perfect worker, or like, and I feel like that's kind of like what the whole purpose is just like be able to build our community and help everyone around us, where it's just like not like this selfish thing, but it's like a selfless thing where it's like, okay, like I learned this, but how can I help you also learn? And like, how can we all grow together to create a better society?
I believe that learning can be courageous because we have to step out of our comfort zone a little bit with it. You constantly are involved in different content that you might not always agree with or understand, and so you have to be, courageous in being willing to accept things that you might not already know. And then also just being a part of the world of, academia is very different than anything else in this world, but you can learn so much from it.